Hello, hello, good evening, Speed Gaming 3, and welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race. We've got a bit of a special mode tonight. We are currently in the middle of a community tourney called the Avian Tourney, and it's a tourney of memes. And tonight we're featuring one of those modes called ANTIvrosia. It's like Antevrosia, or inverted ambrosia, or Antevrosia, but with a lot of special caveats. The first one you can already see on the trackers. We got flutes. I am Radical Sniper 99, joined tonight by Drosy. Drosy, you want to go over some of these other changes going on tonight?
Yeah, so inverted flute start. Other things include vanilla swords, vanilla big keys, like pure vanilla. All bosses have a compass. Maps and small keys are completely wild. Am I forgetting anything?
I think you've got it, but so, yeah.
So, yeah, should be interesting to see how this all goes down.
Yeah, this definitely has some, main tourney vibes. We had an inverted keys mode for main tourney this year, so definitely has some very good similarities with the wild small keys and also the starting flute.
I hope my beer's okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's completely frozen there, so hopefully we get that all sorted out. Plasma Kappa on the other side went to VOO, tried to get a bomb outside of the bombable hut, didn't find anything, and it's going to take that early 20 rupees straight to Aero Games, so quick money. And this is, the common strat, if I can get a little bit of money, right to Aero Game, let me get a lot of money. Let me play this like 2 or 3 times and be set up at least for early stuff. Now, of course, with this being in inverted mode, there's a lot of little things that are different, but this inverted flute really does change up the equation overall. It's kind of hard to really talk about how big that can be and what it could mean going forward. But there are some logical implications to it. Now, of course, Drosy mentioned the vanilla swords that we're dealing with tonight. One of the cool-ish things is we can say 2 things for certain. 1, you don't have to do low percent moth. Moth just can't be required for light world access. You need a sword, and you can't get a sword. If you're wondering why that is, vanilla swords does mean that they are in their vanilla locations. 1 sword will be on Uncle, 1 will be on the pedestal, 1 will be on the smiths, and our final sword, of course, will then be in the Pyramid Fairy. All 4 of those things require actual light world access, so no way to get any swords for the moth kill.
And the same is true of Aga 1, because likewise, you need a sword to get through the curtains there.
Plasma Kappa using some of that knowledge of the overworld, the inverted light overworld, to find some bombs real quick. Now, of course, there are a couple of changes. That shop is, of course, completely normal from what you'd expect. But the shop over by Dark Lake Hylia is slightly changed. In the vanilla game, there is not a shop that sells potions, really, or like the kind of potions you might need. So a cool change that was made in inverted, as we see it as ether required for Mire, is that Dark Lake Hylia shop now sells blue potion. So there is your way to get a magic refill if, for some reason, ice becomes required early.
Assuming you have a bottle. Oh, and there's a nice early hammer, at least. So one part of our light world access, also part of putting Thieves in logic. Well, no, small key's wild, so we really just need the small key to put blind in logic, since we know the big key.
Yeah, in terms of the quote-unquote rough early game for a inverted seed. This is the one thing that's really hard to avoid, and I was getting really nervous there with that small key. We got another small key, this time Hyrule Castle, so, you know, I think that's the one you really watch out for is, you know, do I get the Thieves Town small to put blind and logic and low percent?
But Hyrule Castle small is nice once we get Light World access. It does put Zelda's Cell in logic. As well as, well, we're going to have a glove anyway, so we can always get to the back of Escape.
So yeah, if you're at all interested in the Avian Tourney, it's an asynchronous tourney right now. Each week they have a one of the modes. There's 5 of these meme modes, and SG's actually been featuring one of these every so often. So I believe, which ones did we have already?
Yeah, Inverticrismizer is the only one we've actually featured so far. Which is Inverted Ludicrous Speed Enemizer.
Sounds lovely.
I guess they really like the inverted modes for this tournament.
I mean, who doesn't love inverted? It's such a great mode set.
There's also Is This Even Randomized, which they have to do the preset specially, so we can't do it. It doesn't have like a normal Sahasrabot YAML, where every item has a 50% chance of being vanilla.
Yeah, they last week the tournament ran its True Pot Hunt mode, which is a special cross keys Triforce Hunt hybridization. It's quite the mode. Every pot can have something under it that you could want, besides chests also having things you want. So definitely some interesting modes. I can say personally, I tried True Pot Hunt last week, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I think a lot of people from the main tourney specifically kind of said, you know, hey, Inverted's one of those special modes that maybe some people aren't the biggest fans of, but I think general feedback of the main tourney this year was a lot of people were like, you know, I really liked having a flute inverted. It made the mode a lot better.
Yeah, it definitely helps you get around the Dark World a lot easier. You don't need to worry about Death Mountain access. You don't need to worry about Mire area, East Dark World. So it gives you a lot more Sphere 1 checks.
There's that, of course, vanilla big key of Skullwoods. If you've ever played, of course, Vanilla Link to the Past, then you will learn a lot tonight. Or have not played Vanilla Link to the Past, you'll get to see all those vanilla big key locations.
And Homemade Beer did just restart his stream, so give it a minute and hopefully it'll catch up here.
Looks like Beer did do the front of Thieves Town, by the looks of it. He's got bombs. I'm guessing he's got a hammer.
Wow, Plasma Kappa going to the Skullwoods Big Chest the vanilla way. You don't see that too often.
Definitely not. Ooh, a Castle Tower small key.
Yeah, now with the small keys shuffled, we did say we can't do Aga without a sword, but that gives us access to the second item in Castle Tower. We also pull an Ice Rod.
Yeah, all the dungeons have a lot more value in this mode. It's just a question of, you know, do we find, okay, we find a hookshot. So definitely going to have some added value to a dungeon like Skullwoods here. To answer the question in chat, what is Antevrosia? It is a vanilla swords, vanilla big keys, wild maps, wild small keys, starting activated flute, and the bosses have a compass.
And inverted.
And inverted, yes, of course.
Where did Kappa get the glove? I missed it. Ooh, I also missed the hook shot, but hey, there we are.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Beer has his glove already. Just checking Beer's stream. It does look like he has a glove, so he did not miss that one. Of course, with that glove, we also have access to the catfish.
Yeah, you don't think about early catfish plays. And of course, with the wild small keys, there's only one check we can do in pod. But, yeah, could be interesting.
Yeah, and this is where a lot of this vanilla big keys becomes interesting. Pod is really the one dungeon that gets scary in that regard. Technically, the pod big key is locked behind 6 small keys, as we do see that TR is Quake Medallion. But yeah, so 6 small keys locks the big key logically.
I believe since the big key is a forced placement, it's only locked behind 5 small keys. Because random placements are done after forced placements.
So the thing is that technically the small key door in the basement is not locked by a big key.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure of that one. I could be completely wrong, but
I think you're right now that you say it that way. Right, you need the hammer and a bow before you can get to that door, but yeah, I think it is before a big key door now that you say it.
Yeah, I think the only big key door in pod is right before Helma.
Speaking of pod, there's its map.
Yeah. So the fact that there is such a heavy requirement on there also means, you know, I need to get, you know, some people go, how do you spend your pod keys? I like to spend it in this way, and then you realize, well, that might not work great. Now, one of the dungeons that does get is okay, hopefully, is Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock is not exactly fun, usually in vanilla, or vanilla big keys, because you would need 4, but because we're inverted, we can really get through that dungeon with very little on the small key front. Provided we do find a mirror, of course. Well, I guess our glove was not in Thieves if Plasma Cap is going in there now. Oh, and we did get the map to Thieves Town, apparently, and we find out that Thieves is a pendant.
So we absolutely don't need to kill Blind unless we really want to pull that vanilla sword off of Ped.
Well, and the question is becoming, like, Plasma Kappa really waited on this play. I wonder, is there any thought to going the rest of the way back there to see, you know, hey, is our progression in the Maiden Cell?
Yeah,
really...
that could be ugly.
I mean, 4 hearts makes all the difference, right, Rossi?
And a hammer, and...
Yeah, I mean, you can kill Blind with 4 hearts and a hammer, right?
And we also see that Pod is a crystal. Yeah, I wonder if Beer's gonna mimic clip and try to get those 2 chests.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me. I know Beer's, you know, pretty experienced with this kind of stuff, so, and pretty much that's almost a staple technique for a lot of runners these days. But Plasma Kappa is going to the back of Thieves Town, so we'll see how this turns out on both sides.
You mean after the first qualifier race for the main tournament this year, where runners were looking up how to mimic clip on the fly?
I mean, I can say that. I missed that qualifier. But I will say, also, a lot of cross keys runners know this technique because it's kind of part of our staple of tricks.
True, because you never know when you'll find pod.
Exactly. Or GT, for that matter.
True as well. Though, at that point, you'd need the big key for mimic clipping to be worth anything. But yeah, looks like Homemade Beer is indeed going for that mimic clip.
We do get a shield out of the attic of Thieves Town.
Officially out of logic without the small key, but who cares?
Don't you care about logic?
Not when it gets me a shield.
Shields are very important. But Beer is going for that pause buffer strat on the Mimic. Getting there. Slowly but surely just continue to wedge that Mimic in. It takes a lot of time. And it looks like, yeah, there we go. The Mimic is gone. For anybody who isn't aware on that strategy or what that trick does, what you're doing is you're forcing the Mimic into the wall 1 pixel at a time until eventually it just puts itself off screen and that's it.
Now that's interesting. We have a bow-locked lamp, as well as a TR small. And hey, you were saying about Maiden's Chest. There's our Light World access.
Yeah, and that's the one check that was in Logic in the back of Thieves Town, so pretty important there. Beer is continuing, though. Honestly, that lamp's a nice find, even if out of Logic for now. But the world is now open to Plasma Kappa. A lot of runners will tell you in Inverted, as soon as you hit Light World, you've kind of hit easy mode. Like, the game just gets better. Or easy, I don't know.
I was gonna say probably one of the first things you want to do is get your sword from Uncle, but looks like Kappa is more interested in the dam and South Shore checks.
Now that cape is interesting. Maybe, it's one check, and it's not even a check at this point. We need Mirror for that to even be a check.
I assume no one scouted Bumper Ledge yet.
I will say that's kind of the one drawback of this inverted starting flute. Is what leads you to check Bumper Ledge. Like, in inverted without a flute, you'll tend to walk by Bumper Ledge and find out what's there. Giving the starting flute, I don't know about anybody else, but I think I never start at Dark Chapel now.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to get there, other than, I guess, scouting Bumper Ledge. Speaking of nothing to get, the only potentially useful thing we just found in Mini Moldworm Cave was Quake Medallion. Which does open the front of TR, but this is inverted, so who knows if we'll even need to open the front of TR if we get a mirror.
Yeah, definitely a scary kind of possibility there. The chance of needing 4 TR smalls for that dungeon is not great. If you're a runner, you're like, please don't put mirror on Laser Bridge or Trinix. Please don't put mirror on Laser Bridge or Trinix. And here comes that play for the sword you were talking about. Yeah, it's interesting, Beer deciding to go for 1 logical check and turning it into 4 more with the pod play. Plasma Kappa also going for that 1 logical check. And instead going for Thieves Town was kind of the better call, in a sense, just because it led to Pearl. But we'll see if that lamp pays out a little bit
Yeah, because the bigger thing, since these runners can do dark rooms fine, is that lamp is our fire source. We haven't seen the fire rod yet.
And I will say, I like this little oddity play from Beer, deciding to go after the big chest, probably anticipating I don't want to kill blind, or even attempt blind with 4 hearts and a hammer.
Right, you don't see them steal the key very often, but hey, why not?
I think the only time I've seen that was in a Randomizer, where the runner knew where the Thieves Town small key was and decided no.
And of course, that's equally out of logic to the shield in the attic.
But here we go. Both runners now with Light World access and just going to go through Light World. We'll see how Beer decides to do this, as Plasma Kappa is in the Hyrule Castle portion. Really nice fake flipper setup there from Beer. Interestingly, Beer is actually also skipping Hyrule Castle for the first trip here.
Yeah, he's going straight for Graveyard Legend Back of Escape. Which are new checks for us. Meme picks up the single arrow.
Yep. Okay,
Because this is a meme mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when Beer started, we saw him pick up the 5 rupees on the pyramid ledge, and now we see him pick up the single arrow. He is definitely playing up to the memes tonight. The fluff is real.
Someone's got to do it when Gamachu isn't in the race. And hey, there's Samaria. We were talking about Turtle Rock and another TR Small. Now, of course, because this is inverted, you can just jump onto the turtle from the back, and once you have a sword, in Beer's case, or in Kappa's case now, open up TR with that Quake Medallion.
Interesting, our runners are crossing each other's paths here. Oh hey, we had a French vanilla map in Hyrule Castle.
Why not? You're doing the Death Warp so that he can get back and do Sanctuary. Oh my, is that an Among Us sprite?
I didn't think so.
No.
I think that was just a very sad Clifford dead sprite.
Oh, the bone immediately made me think Among Us. Important red meringue in Sanctuary.
Plasma Cap's doing a pretty good job here getting through all those dark rooms.
So, yeah, now he's realizing that, oh, a good chunk of TR is now in logic.
I mean, I'm being more excited about the fact that a big chunk of Light Death Mountain's in logic right now.
Also true, yeah, between the hookshot and the hammer, we can do pretty much everything up on Light Death Mountain, right? Except for, like, Ether Tablet.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we can't really logically beat Hera, but when has that stopped runners?
And it looks like Eastern is a regular crystal and Desert is a 5/6, as Homemade Beer gives us our first Light World map check.
Beer really taking advantage of that hook shot right now for his movement.
Kappa not interested in the Arrow of Destiny.
Definitely not.
But yeah, it is curious. I wonder when Beer's planning to get that sword.
I will say one of the things as we get our Titan's mitts, that is another sword.
Yes, and boots. How about that? Looks like Kappa's heading in that direction, so Beer won't have a boots advantage very long.
But yeah, one of the things I have to point out for when it comes to inverted is I think a lot of people started to figure out how they like routing Light World. Like, you realize a little bit of how you feel about this, and then the more times you play the mode, it really just starts to solidify on a route, and I think Beer has kind of figured out this is the loop I want to work with, and how to kind of maximize the checks and minimize the time to do all those checks. Like, I think he wants to do all these in order, and nothing's going to put him into a different dungeon yet.
And I guess with the hammer, he has a perfectly good weapon to kill enemies.
Yeah, combine that with the hook shot, you know, can get into spots, and then the hook shot lets him kill most of the basic enemies he's really going to have to deal with. Like, mini Moldorms are a joke right now. And those are kind of the most dangerous for an enemy you have to kill.
Hey, imagine finding powder in Kakariko right near Magic Bat.
What is this kindness seed?
Yeah, it is definitely Stackariko today.
You give me boots, and then the mitts, so I can knock out both of the boots checks now. Which also means I can get a sword. You give powder alongside in CAC, like all these extra things, and Beer is going to go for those boots checks real quick.
Oh yeah, because...
And also an Agaledge check.
King's Tomb is the only thing hard mitts locked in inverted.
Correct. So definitely, it's nice to get it. It opens up some routing options that are kind of like, you can get some benefit from it.
And also, it's, you know, mitts only stop locking things if you get the mirror, so if mirror's behind mitts, then quite a bit of stuff can be hard locked by the mitts.
Yeah. But, like, the fact that you have the Titan's mitts also means, like, hey, do you want quick access to the desert area? Well, flute to Mire and lift up the rock. Like, oh, as we get another TR key.
And Kappa's not even going to check the library. He is going, I assume he's going to grab the Smith here and combine Magic Bat with Smith Turn-In.
Yeah, I really like that play. That's a really smart, effective use of knowing I want to do some extra checks here, so let's go for that. And we do get the Bombos Medallion out of King's Tomb, so not required for either of our Mire or TR, but could be part of our Ice Palace kit.
Yeah, since we still haven't seen Fire Rod, and we know Homemade Beer is a really big fan of the Rule of Fire, so I'm sure he would just love to see that Fire Rod in Ice Palace.
Well, and you know what? If you had a sword right now, like, what's stopping you from just beating Ice out of logic?
That's true. Hookshot and Samaria.
Yeah, this is a perfect, like, icebreaker seed.
So, both of our runners...
Not that I want to do ice on, you know, this low heart and no mail.
Ah, details. But yeah, you were saying about sword, both of our runners are now giving the Smith a bit of a workout.
Yeah, and the big question here, honestly, I think we get tempered. If you get gold in this seed, I don't know what happened, what went wrong in life.
Yeah, especially with the bosses all having compasses, so you had to beat those pendant bosses just so you could get your butter sword. But yeah, I do think after you do the 5 and 6 dungeons, you get your tempered sword because it makes Ganon so much easier.
Yeah, and I think one of the ways you can look at that is like, maybe I don't ever pick up tempered sword until the end. You know, I go and do all my 7 crystals, and then on my way to GT, I quickly stop at Pyramid Fairy to get my tempered sword.
Well, it also depends if you've already done 5, 6 by the time you're doing Swamp, because it's an easy enough thing to do right after Swamp.
True. You know, it really is just a question of, and I'm surprised they're Plasma Kappa not getting the extra money right now.
I guess he figures he has Zora money plus Kiki money, so he's not too worried.
Yeah, that's potential. But I also, you know, and that's the thing, Beer here has under 500 rupees again and is saying, you know what, I'd like to get back over 500 for Zora.
Zora is a very out-of-the-way check-in inverted. Speaking of Zora, how about some flippers in Cave 45?
Speaking of ice.
That too! Fully in logic now. Well, except that Kappa will need to go to King's Tomb to get his bombos.
And technically, any clear of Ice Palace is locked by one of our small keys.
True, and... oh, right,
But-
the big key's vanilla.
Yeah, so like, it's not a big deal with that small key logic. Both of our runners are very accustomed to, you know, other ways to get through Ice Palace without a small key. But it's a very easy dungeon to full clear.
And hey, there's bombos for Kappa, so he's probably put 2 and 2 together now.
And just to make note of this, while we are featuring Plasma Kappa and Homemade Beer tonight, there are 4 other runners who also joined in on the festivities tonight. We do have Ravis, Jejo36, Sandros 316, and Top Specialist also running.
We have a question in chat about the MSU. Plasma Kappa is using IS-4. So, Beer is on his way to Aegina. Interesting. We have not seen that yet.
Yeah, we got a Gina and Checkerboard Cave up here, so that is 2 checks available. Checkerboard is available without, and was that a small key?
No, that was a shield on Desert Ledge.
Oh, it was a shield. I'm sure Beer will pick it up. He really needs one.
Hey, and there's our bow to put the lamp in logic. Kappa doing it, you know, the slightly easier way. I guess with Beer already being in the dam area and having boots, it was faster to run over than to do a save and quit.
And we finish off with a Gina here for Beer, so we'll see if we get anything of importance here. And just 20 bucks.
But the bow is certainly a good find.
Yeah, that's a great find.
And Kappa now learning that Eastern is a crystal, so he will need that bow. Actually, we can just go in and beat Eastern.
Yeah,
since we know the big key is vanilla.
Yeah, that's kind of the best dungeon we've got right now.
Yeah, Desert, of course, locked behind the book.
Yeah, defeating Limolus will require the small key and the book. That vanilla big key for Desert Palace puts it on the right side. So no way around that one. Hera's big key, of course, will also be locked in the basement, so the small key is logically required for Hera, but not a huge deal.
Kappa did a map check, saw that I believe Pod and Ice are both crystals, and TR is the green pendant.
Interesting. Okay, so that, I believe, is 2 pendants for knowledge. We're really just questioning, what's our last pendant?
Yeah, and of course, at some point we can hit up the bomb vendor if we want to know about our other 5-6. Both runners do now know that Desert is a 5-6.
Gotta say, I really like that little optimization there from Plasma Kappa. Underappreciated thought of, you know, I've got a cape, and only does it once, but, you know, I've got the cape. Why not just use it? Get a free cape dash there.
Yeah, it's not like you really need magic in Eastern for most things. Kappa, on the other hand, forgetting that he has a hook shot and doesn't need to be in this room.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Not a huge deal. But yeah, in terms of small keys, you need to beat this seed because of the rules. So Eastern, no small keys. Easy. Desert, we need to find the one small key to beat the dungeon because big key is locked behind it. If there's something in the Hera big chest, technically we would need the small key because, yeah, it's kind of important.
Another reason to be happy about that early hook shot, though, for Hera potting.
Agreed. Pod, we need at least 2 small keys to beat in this mode, and that's just to really beat Elma, because we will need 1 small key to get our vanilla big key, and then we would need another to get to Helmasaur, and that's having to route the dungeon absolutely ugly.
Yeah, you can't open the middle door, you have to go up the bow-locked side to do that.
Yeah, that's like, you can't go in the front door, and you can't hit the back. So, like, 2 keys is just atrocious. Swamp Palace, we do need the small key still. Skull Woods, we don't care. Logically, Moth is behind 3, but once again, we don't care. Thieves Town, while it's a pendant, it is also technically... Wait, was it a pendant? Yes.
Yeah, Thieves is a pendant.
Technically, Thieves is locked behind the small key, but who cares? And then, let's see. Ice Palace, we've worked out that, like, we don't really need to worry about anything to get everything. Hey, there's another pod small.
So that's our second, so we could theoretically take that long route around and beat Pod.
In terms of Misery Mire, the Vanilla Big Key will not require any smalls, although we've already found 2. So logically, Vidia's behind the 3 small keys, but we can work around it. And then finally, TR is a mess until we find Mirror.
Well, logically, the Vanilla Big Key is behind 2 smalls, right?
For which dungeon?
Mire.
3. Both left side checks are 3 keys.
Except that you can have a key on the left side if the big key is vanilla, which it is.
Can, but key sanity makes that really hard because we just don't know where the 3 are. Like, technically, I guess the 3rd one could be there. So either way, like, it is technically 3 key locked, but hard to say where. But there we go. There is a crystal for Plasma Kappa.
First of the game at 37 minutes.
That's not a terrible time for a keys mode. I mean, I guess we could have had it a little sooner with the Eastern one, but not terrible.
Now for the Sararara check. Wonder if he'll do flipper checks after this.
Another pot small and another skull small.
That's also our first bottle.
I mean, with that bottle, I'd kind of just rush ice. Especially given it's a crystal.
Did you see what Mire was there? I thought it was on the map.
I didn't notice Mire, unfortunately.
No, I just checked when it came around again. We don't know Mire yet.
So I am kind of surprised by Plasma Kappa going after Pod here. 3 keys is not terrible. But I don't know. Drosy, how do you feel about routing right side multiple times to potentially hit the back?
Yeah, that's ugly. Right, I mean, either you say, I'm just going to ignore the back and rush Helma and open the middle door, or you say, I'm not going to do Helma yet because he's not locking anything and I'll make a second trip into Pod later.
Yeah, like I think for Beer, I think there's less incentive to head into here or head back to Pod. So maybe he goes and does ice, or you go up the mountain at this point. I don't know. Even the mountain sounds really good.
I think Kappa's gonna open the middle door here. Yep, just makes life so much easier. As Beer gets his first crystal.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I've heard a lot of people, try to figure out, how do you route this? And so many people will tell you, like, do not make multiple right side trips. It sometimes can pay off, but generally speaking, it's not worth the extra effort.
You're now getting the news about GPTR.
Yeah, we'll see how Plasma Kappa plays this. Got the big key, so definitely was looking for that in this trip. But is this going to be a Helma kill with the right side or a back of Pod? Beer did grab those carts, is fluting to 8. This is Ice Palace for Beer. I love the play. And that lamp might actually make things more interesting for Plasma Kappa, to be honest.
And that's... Okay, yeah, both runners are 3 TR smalls, which means we have all of TR and Logic except for the 2 chests behind the Fire Rod, Lava Chest, and Trinex. And Kappa is actually going to skip the back of Pod and just get Helma down.
Yeah, wants the crystal. Not a bad idea at this point. It's just... This is my only worry about the fact that, he came in with 3 keys. He had to make this call, especially given he wanted to open the front door, and if there's anything in that back section, which, realistically, that's 6 items. Like, 6 items with skipping Harmless Hellway.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Homemade Beer's doing that Ice Palace play that you were talking about a while ago. We don't have any small keys, but of course we can grab one in the next room.
Yeah, this is where all that practice with, key modes really comes in handy, as there's our silver arrows as well.
I don't think Kappa's gonna miss that.
No, but I wish I had those for Armos.
Ah, well.
We do get the spin speed set up there for Hammer Helma.
Would also be nice to have those silvers for Helma, because it takes 8 wooden arrows to take him down.
Hey, there's our last medallion. Only the second one for Beer. We got Ether.
Where was Quake? I'm trying to... Oh yeah, it was in Mini Moldorm Cave. Beer hasn't been in there.
Yeah, and I think for Beer, the easy choice is you beat Ice, open or lift the rock right outside Ice Palace, and just go straight into your Ice Rod, Zora, Mini Moldorm, like all those checks. I think there's a really nice natural flow to these checks now for him.
Makes sense, especially since, as we discussed, those are pretty out-of-the-way checks in inverted.
Yeah, the mitts really, we say that they're so minimally required, but like that's one of those things that you kind of is underappreciated about the mitts in inverted.
Looks like Kappa is going into Ice Palace as well, up a crystal.
Probably going to take a similar route to Beer. I can't see any reason to do anything differently at this point.
So what are the possibilities for the last pendant? Hera, Swamp, Skullwoods, and Mire are the ones we haven't gotten any information about from either runner.
That's what it looks like. Skullwoods might actually be the most interesting.
If it's a pendant, because that could really put off Fire Rod. We might not even find Fire Rod.
Yeah, there could be no Fire Rod in this seed. But here we go. Cold Stare for homemade beer. Beer also lacking blue mail, so it's going to have to be really careful with this fight. Or I think...
No, he got the blue mail in Eastern.
He did.
Yeah, it was the first chest. It would have been hard to miss.
Yeah, I saw that damage. I was like, wait, no, that's not. I was about to say, Beer, you're in Oko at 3 hearts, so yeah. Thank you for switching and using your potion. But down goes Cold Stare.
For a compass, what do you know?
You're remembering, hey, I can get this Lake Hylia Island. We added a little dock there, so it works for just checking that. And it's going to check Hobo before proceeding probably to Ice Rod and Mini Moldorm and eventually Zora. By the way, any talk of shield hate is usually a big joke. Shields unfortunately have a bad reputation, an unfounded one, about introducing lag into the game. They really don't. As we get our third Mire Small.
Well then, I guess there's nothing really stopping us from going into Mire. We have Ether now.
Yeah, we got Ether, we got Cape, Beer's got Silvers. I mean,
Kappa's gotta have... Yeah, Kappa has Silvers now.
Yeah, Kappa has Silvers now too, so like, I don't know. And that Ether Medallion, like, I'd be rushing Mire at this point. After these checks from Beer, probably. Like, I think you finish out these, but... afterwards, I think there's no reason to skip or put off Mire. Like, I think the only thing that makes me concerned is the fact that I don't have a ton of arrows. And honestly, if I was Plasma Kappa, why not lift the rock, go into Luck Fairy, and buy an arrow upgrade? Is that 4?
Or what?
That's 4 TR smalls.
Oh. Well, maybe something in Lava Chest. Because goodness knows we don't need to beat Trinex.
Well,
unless...
Lava Chest has the big key.
Oh, right. Big Key's vanilla, of course. I don't know. Could be something on the Green Pendant. You never know. What are we still looking for? Mirror, obviously. That could be it, though.
Mirror, book, and a desert
book,
small.
right.
There's the Harris small key. But yeah, we definitely need a desert small. We can live without pretty much every other small key. Obviously, our runners would like some GT smalls. Plasma Kappa having one is really nice. There's a small key on the Zora ledge. And yeah, Plasma Kappa is heading into Mire with only 4 arrows.
Hopefully we pick up more inside.
Yeah, hopefully, because you need at least 11. Small key on Zora is 4 Ice Palace.
Well, now we, after the fact, know how we were supposed to logically do ice.
Yep. And our Zora ledge is also ice.
What a joker, that Zora.
Thanks, game. And yep, Beer is joining in Mire.
Takes a moment to remember, oh yeah, I'm in the Dark World, I don't want to use the portal to go into Mire. Another bottle. We haven't actually seen Sick Kid yet.
Actually, funny thing about what Beer did is actually to still set up Spooky.
Oh. And Beer just carrying the verb into Mire with him.
Beer is the consummate meme artist today for this. But yeah, I think Beer is trying to hope for a potential Spooky. So, not sure if we're going to get Fire Rod to preserve and even go for it, but can do it with how he worked the vertical there.
Beer also notably has enough silver arrows for Vitreous. We also don't actually know what our other 5-6 crystal is. I was thinking just, going back to the whole Tempered Sword thing.
Okay, Beer is being really... This is art from Beer, by the way. If you're noticing, Beer is still trying to hold Spooky with doing this side. So, traditionally, using the lamp actually ruins Spooky. But Beer is maintaining it by doing a little mini dash every time. If you kick up the dust while using any of those items that actually break it, it maintains.
Okay, I knew that about Samaria. I did not know that about Lamp.
I think he missed it, though, on the second torch, so that's why he stopped.
He
Darn.
gave it up. Ooh, fetch quest. That reminds me of another mode in this Avian Art tournament, the Why Is That There mode, which includes a required triple fetch quest like shovel to mushroom to powder or something like that.
Yeah, all those chains that we joke about, or all those tropes we say for Legend of Zelda, they're going to be there. Like the glove in swamp, or glove in left side swamp, is what they said.
Yeah, or a sword.
Yeah, all those tropes that we love to joke about are pretty much present in that mode.
I think Ice Rod has to either be Sphere 1 or NTR.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have any interest in the Avian Tourney, we said that the qualifiers are fully async. The tournament itself will actually be live races, but you don't have to fully participate in all of the qualifiers to even join the tourney. So we are currently in week 3, so you can still join the tournament if you have any interest. Plasma Cap is still only on 4 silver arrows. Not a great setup.
Yeah. Beer's definitely gonna gain some time here. And we don't even know whether this is pendant or crystal.
Not at all. But very educated play here from Plasma Kappa. The game is not great at doing multiple stuff at once, so Plasma Kappa just going to spam that sword, and the magic's just not going to drain really that fast. So
Well,
plenty of ways to get through this fight and have enough arrows still.
I've heard it's a feature, not a bug. Because given the vanilla placement of Cane of Berna, as we discovered that Mire is in fact a crystal, so this was worth it. But given the vanilla placement of Cane of Berna, you're expected to use the cape to get there, and the game doesn't want you to die while lifting the big rock right before Berna. So the developers just made it so that if you're doing something else while wearing the cape doesn't drain magic.
Neat. Now, Plasma Kappa is hitting, you know what, I think this is going to be Luck Fairy. Oh,
no?
Still doesn't want the arrow refill.
He has so much money, you'd think he'd just buy the arrow refill at this point.
Yeah, like, you got 2 silvers. I mean, both of our runners are down to 2 silvers.
Yeah. And Beer doesn't have any reason to go to the upgrade fairy to begin with.
Okay, so we put off the mountain forever. We go in the mountain now? Apparently not. Hammer pegs. And actually, Beer still has not done Mini Moldorm Cave.
Oh, did we ever do Purple Chest?
We did not do that either. So that could be the play for Beer, is to hit Purple Chest into Mini Moldorm. Plasma Kappa seeing 2 small keys and thinking, this is great. It's the first one. No. Second one incoming. Double no.
So, does Kappa now do the mountain?
For Kappa, I think that's the only real play he's got. I will mention, in terms of Beer's play here, given the mitts and the flute, I think fluting to the mire area and lifting the rock would be a quicker way to turn in Purple Chest.
Yeah, but it's not something you think about unless you play Inverted a lot.
Yeah.
Force of Habit is, okay, that's the portal I go to if I want to go to anything in the swamp area. So despite the screen transition, the Purple Chest will still be there when he gets back? I've never thought about it.
I always think about it in terms of a Dark World perspective, like the game always remembers you have it in Dark World.
Oh, and this will be where Beer finally gets Quake as his potential access to TR. Wonder if Kappa's gonna... Well, he can't do it from the Light World without a mirror.
Yeah, going off to the Light World checks here, so... Question is, how much do you really want to do TR without Fire Rod right now? 4 keys or not? There's our other Castle Tower, small.
Which we definitely do not need. But it had to be somewhere.
Small key to GT on the Purple Chest. And Beer's... Oh, shovel. Okay.
Hey, there's the bug net.
And a small key to... That's a required small key.
Oh,
to
the one you've been
Palace.
excited about all this time.
I mean, it's... when you know you need it.
And there's the Skull Woods map for Beer, too, so that's one more dungeon we can identify if he chooses to check the map next time he's in the Dark World.
And Beer's really putting off this mountain play. I feel like he wants to maybe get Fire Rod before, or Mirror before making this call.
So I guess the only thing now we absolutely need is... oh, that map check went by too quickly for me to actually see what Skullwoods was.
Another GT small there in Hera.
Okay, Skullwoods is our third pendant. We don't know the second 5-6 crystal, but we know which dungeons are crystals. But yeah, Book is the only thing we know we need. Oh yeah, and now Mirrors, since by elimination we know that Swamp is a crystal.
So, Book, Mirror, and Swamp Small for go?
We got the Swamp Swamp pretty early on.
Oh, we did, you're right.
Like in the first 5 minutes. That is Plasma Kappa's 5th crystal.
Yeah, and has 2 GT small, so in good position there. Both Forerunners actually have 2 GT small, so really nice for clearing, clearing out GT.
Everyone's favorite check, Spiral Cave, completely useless.
Well, and Plasma Kappa playing very aggressive with the mountain checks there. Finishing up everything and, avoiding Mimic Cave. I don't even think we saw the inside of Spectacle Rock, did we?
No, we didn't, now that you mention it.
So...
Mimic Cave is just annoying because it's a second drop down. You can do Spiral Cave or Mimic Cave, and then to do the other you have to climb the mountain again. Looks like Kappa is making the TR play now, though.
Yeah, based on what he picked up there, or did not do, he did not rescue the old man, so... Gonna go with that play instead.
And we're also out of crystals to get now on Kappa's side.
Yeah, I mean, we need to make a play for something here. Ooh, Beer's gonna go get that big key in Tower of Hera.
Never know what might be in the big chest. And Kappa, of course, can't do these 2 checks on the right, but since the small keys are wild, we know we can just keep digging. Oh, boy!
Wow, that's rude.
That mirror was a big find. So that does put Swamp in logic, too.
Well, and Plasma Cap is going to continue for now. I think Beer took a literal coffee break.
Might well have. He's been known to do stuff like that.
And there's the mushroom.
Well, they're all our fetch quests. But yeah, Beer's gonna have to go into TR. no way you're finishing the seed without the mirror.
I did just realize Plasma Kappa actually only has 3 of the TR smalls. So, Green Pendant is definitely locked away for Plasma Kappa, even if we get the Fire Rod here. Or there. So that's a little scary now. Like we said, we're not playing for pedestal, but Green Pendant Turtle Rock still could matter.
Yeah, and there is one item in the back of Skull Woods as well.
Exactly.
So yeah, that gamble really paid off for homemade beer.
As long as it's not just a huge red herring for him, like, it's definitely a nice find.
I mean, nice item to have regardless of anything.
Yeah.
Speeds things up in GT. I mean, imagine... Well, I guess we wouldn't really have any particular reason to go right side. No, wait a minute. We'll be in Go mode in GT. It is actually faster to go down the right side if you have all the keys. Right?
I have heard that before. I'm not entirely sure, though.
That's what I've been told. That the only reason runners don't do it in vanilla NMG is because you'd have to either go to the torch first to get a small key, or you'd have to get the torch out of Tile Room, and both of those make it not worth it. But if you have the small keys and just want to rush Ice Armos, I have heard that right side's faster. But certainly not if you don't have the Fire Rod.
And that's it for Turtle Rock. So the mirror is our big play. Beer could make up some time, theoretically, skipping the rest of that dungeon after getting mirror.
Yeah, but with that Fire Rod, he's certainly going to do those 2 checks on the right that we didn't see from Kappa. And then the question is he going to get that green pendant? Really, we're just looking for Book at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you beat Desert and Swamp, and you're heading to GT and getting your Tempered Sword at this point.
We may never know what the other 5-6 crystal is, because at this rate...
Yeah, I'm just gonna know I've got my 5-6 crystal, and I'm good.
Because Desert is going to be our last crystal, so...
Yep. Okay, Plasma Kappa into Swamp Palace. Beer giving us right side. Okay, first chest in Swamp, just 50 rupees. And just another pod small. When I say just, that could be... Oh, Beer is going to continue in TR. But yeah, that extra pod small could really be nice for checking the back now.
And I don't logically required.
Yeah, I don't know when Plasma Kappa does additional pod checks at this point.
Right, so there are all sorts of places the book could be at this point that would put Plasma Kappa in real trouble, like the back of Pod or on the green pendant.
We do get our 5th pod small that we've seen out of the Diver Down chest now. Interesting thing, of course, about Swamp Palace in this mode is knowing that the big key is on the left side and the compass, and there's our last pod small, so there they all are. Knowing where the big key is and where the compass is, that means there are 2 items locked behind left side of Swamp.
Yeah, and one of them is behind the big key, so you'd have to go back to the big chest afterwards.
I'm liking this double slash strategy instead of the spins. Working out well.
Kappa using his next to last silver arrow because he still hasn't picked up any more.
And we are still looking for a book.
Yeah, and I really wonder about the fire rod. Again, at a minimum, it was locking the logically required pod small. But is something on green pendant? Beer doesn't want to find out.
I mean, is it any worse of a check than anything else could be right now?
Hey, and here's Kappa doing the mushroom turn-in. Wasn't on the mushroom.
I think for Plasma Cap at this point, the next best play might just be go back to Pod. That might be his densest location at all.
Yep, there's that food to 5. Except he's using the portal.
Yeah, this is actually quicker.
Oh,
because...
right, you don't have to do the maze because you don't need to pick up Kiki.
Yep. Really smart play here from Plasma Kappa, getting the ability to just, get to Pod and not have to go through the hedge maze or anything. The extra transition's not too bad.
So, question for Homemade Beer, will he do left side swamp after Argus?
I mean, for Beer at this point, finishing up Pod gives him the rest of his Pod Smalls, logically, so, like, there's your play. Like, just go for it. Like, he's been waiting for a really long time to go beat Pod. And, like, this will just give him his 5th and 6th Pod Smalls. Like, go do it.
So if the book's back here, advantage to Kappa. If not, Homemade Beer may have an advantage, but it really depends on where things are.
Yeah, getting back to Hera, if that Fire Rod is required for Plasma Kappa, is a really hard ask. It's not nearly as quick in a normal open seed or standard seed. Inverted makes Hera a lot harder to get back to.
Kappa, since he didn't get that last Pod Small, has to do a bomb jump to get here to Dark Maze, and doesn't make it.
Yeah, just a little off that first time. Still has plenty of bombs, so should get it.
Maybe he'll find some arrows back here, who knows?
And we get a heart container.
Yeah, so these two chests, and if it's not... Oh, well, there are the arrows. Good. Because we will have to do Ice Armos.
And it's not Pod, so... Left side swamp. Green pendant. Back a skull.
Where's Kappa going? Did he never do, like, Sick Kid? Purple chest?
Sick Kid, purple chest. We didn't even scout Bumper Ledge, by the way. Remember how I mentioned a while ago that Bumper Ledge is really hard to go see? This is why.
Warren, someone scouted it, but maybe it was only in the light world.
Oh, and chat pointing out, yeah, we never saw the old man. He's still lost in the
Wow, dark. Neither runner rescued the old man. That's just disturbing.
Respect your elders.
I mean, I know it's a little bit annoying to return him because you have to portal to the light world, but still. So, Beer also not doing left side swamp. So now we just have a lot of ugly checks.
Yeah. I mean, it's not surprising. Like, for Beer at this point, Pod is just loaded.
But meanwhile, do give these runners a follow. They are doing this insane mode for our viewing pleasure. So where to Kappa? Left side swamp now? Nope.
What did Kappa forget over here, though?
Has he never been to Ice Rod Cave? I don't think he ever did Ice Rod Cave.
Was that the 4th TR small?
Possibly.
Yeah, I think this was our 4th TR small in Ice Rod Cave.
Oh, and Beer not having the same presence of mind as Kappa to avoid the hedge maze, but
Yeah,
not a
like you
huge
said,
time loss.
Inverted's just a mode a lot of people do not play regularly, so it's one of those little things.
Yeah, but he's the one who made this thing inverted.
Don't poke holes in my logic here.
It's his own fault that we're playing inverted tonight to begin with.
And yeah, Plasma Cap having played really aggressive up to this point is really retracing a lot of steps. Getting really used to that mirror sound now.
It's quite a catchy little mirror jingle.
Yeah.
Oh, Kappa never checked Pyramid?
Wait, really?
Gotta be disappointed by the bloopy.
Yeah, just a little bit. Wonder, is this gonna be Agate Tower in a Spike Cave? Just realized we had both of those checks as well. And kind of shockingly, we don't have a ton of health. Like, we're into our 2nd row now, but we were really not finding the heart containers for a while. But 2nd chest in Agate Tower does give us 20 bucks. We are definitely on a very interesting book hunt, that's for sure. Bombs in Spike Cave. The more checks we knock out, the more this fire rod is looking very important. So, Drosy, where do you think the literacy is? We know that the book cannot be on the pedestal. Swords are vanilla in this mode, so we know that a sword is on the ped. And since we know that the bosses only drop compasses, there's no way our runners are going after that sword.
Blind still isn't even in logic because we never found the Thieves small.
Ooh, my gosh, you're right. Wow, Plasma Kappa kind of showing off a cool little strat there. I like it. Going into Light World, mirroring at the Old Man Rescue, so then you don't have to take the Old Man all the way back up the mountain.
Wow, yeah, another thinking on his feet technique that I've never seen before. Either way, this is getting crazy. We just have so many 1 or 2 off locations left. It could well be left side swamp at this point. Or green pendant.
Yeah, I think that's what we've got. Left side swamp. We're about to get one of those sets of checks. It looks like Beer... Is Beer going for the back of skull?
Might be.
Yeah, this is back of Skull Woods.
Just so, the bridge chest, no point in beating Moth.
Exactly.
So, here goes Kappa for his coffee break.
Yeah, we know Plasma Kappa will be getting the Fire Rod momentarily. But here we go, under the bridge. Is it a book? It's money.
So now the question is, will Kappa do Trinex while he's up here once he gets the Fire Rod? With the mirror, he can certainly get there a lot more easily. So, Beer's walking out. Is he now finally going to check Bumper Ledge?
I think Beer might still be doing the rest of Skull, because he just picked up the Skull Big.
Oh. Didn't even think about that.
Like, I would hope we get a Bumper Ledge check. Like, as I've been kind of harping, like, it's one of those checks that really does not get seen with that flute. And I feel like, you know, both of our runners have kind of been, like, checking everything else but the scoutable.
Yeah, here we go.
Finally.
Would be silly if Book's been sitting here the whole time.
Yeah, I'll feel bad for both of them if they miss this. Okay.
Just vanilla. Interesting place to mirror. I guess it'll be convenient. You go in, just do the fire-locked side, mirror to the entrance, use your portal, and then drop down and go straight over Laser Bridge to Trinex. And Beer gets the bad news about Agate Tower. Oh, is this gonna be our... No, he's taking the portal. I was thinking maybe he'd check Bumper Cave. No one's done Bumper Cave, have they?
We just saw the ledge.
Sorry, I meant Spike Cave. I misspoke.
Yes. Oh, sorry, yeah. Plasma Kappa gave us Spike Cave.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing it wasn't the book.
It was not. Unfortunate.
Beer's gonna feel a little silly if Green Pendant is the book, because he was there already and he had both rods.
Yeah, really kind of surprised by the skip at the moment. But if this is book on green pendant, our runners are really close.
Yeah, we definitely have a race.
I think Plasma Kappa will have a bit more of an advantage than I'm thinking, just because of the fact that Beer probably still does Spike Cave after this.
For what?
It was like a piece of heart or money.
No. I mean, if it's book, he's in go mode. Why would he do Spike Cave?
Well, because it can't be on Trinex.
Before turning in the green pendant.
Exactly.
Sorry. My brain is slow today. And as of right now, Plasma Kappa's up by 2 necks as well. That last phase of Trinex is surprisingly hard with the hammer. Like, a lot of good runners make it look easy. It is not easy.
Yeah. Not my favorite fight. I usually just stick to the Master Sword at that point. And Plasma Kappa is done with the mountain, so...
Yeah, there's the flute to 5.
And we know this pretty much has to be it. I think Plasma Kappa didn't check Bumper Ledge, but...
Left side swamp.
Oh, left side swamp, you're right. Crud.
I'm still a bit surprised neither of them wanted to do left side swamp. I know there were other things, but it's so annoying to get back to.
Yeah, and we know it's 2 checks in this mode. Like, is it green? Oh, it is not green pendant. I think that means it's swamp.
Yeah.
And realistically, like, that's such a gross thing. Like, it kind of sets it up where if one runner does that, the advantage would be huge.
But apparently no one wants to do left side swamp.
Apparently.
I guess we'll ask them in the interview. Maybe they just wanted to, prolong the race, right?
Yeah, they were really hoping to get as close to all dungeons as possible without doing all dungeons.
To answer chat, the vanilla big key in Swamp is the check on the right of left side.
The right-left, not the left-right?
Yeah.
So this is Beer going for Spike Cave, with Plasma Kappa going for Under the Bridge in Skull. This could be the opportunity for Plasma Kappa to check Bumper Ledge.
He probably will, and then... Are they both out of checks? At that point, when Beer turns in the green pendant after doing Spike Cave...
Beer did green pendant immediately.
Oh, he did that already. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so after Spike Cave and after Kappa scouts Bumper Ledge or not, looks like he's just going for Swamp, okay.
Apparently. Did Plasma even do Purple Chest?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I know
after
Beer
Hammer
did.
Pegs.
Okay.
Yeah, Kappa, when he... After he finished Swamp, it was one of his things before he got the Fire Rod.
Ah.
Well, here we go, converging on left side Swamp. Only Kappa forgets to pull the dam. Ouch.
We've got a race.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, are we in sync now after that little slip up by Kappa.
The sink! The sink!
You're just ever so slightly ahead.
Yeah, I think Beer got the quick warp there.
Yeah, now it's like who can best execute to the left side of Swamp.
Now, I guess part of the question is, do you see either runner skipping Big Bomb here before GT?
I don't know, that would be kind of gutsy.
Like, it's a sword heading into GT. You know it's there. The question is, do you want to spend the extra time kind of escorting the bomb?
How good is your 2-in-1 Samaria strat on Master Sword Ganon?
Mine, not good, but theirs could be better. So,
I mean, I know a lot of really good runners, even so, don't generally know it.
when we say we know it's left side, it's because it's either the left chest or the right chest big key leading to big chest. So, like, we know it's here, or leading directly to it from here. We are going with the good old meme block strat there. I am not a fan of that one, but all the power to him.
And that was actually enough to get Kappa into a, like, 1 or 2 second lead.
Well, that was because Beer went up and down the stairs by accident.
Oh, okay. I thought it was how he was...
Yeah, Plasma's been executing a little bit cleaner on left side here.
And so for Homemade Beer, I guess this is a hard last location. For Plasma Kappa, well, he never scouted Bumper Ledge. But other than that... It'll be interesting to see how they route GT Basement.
Oh, hey, that's a book.
At 136.28, Plasma Kappa is in go mode. At 136.29, Homemade Beer is in go mode.
And this is really cool to just see, you know, which route's actually better. And I think we can affirmatively say Plasma Kappa fluting to 8 was quicker by a good margin.
Yeah, they were a second apart getting it, and now they're at least 5 seconds apart.
Yeah.
We have the small key, so we can go immediately to right side, which is not a play you often see otherwise.
Yeah, this is definitely a very keys play, but as we said, you know, we know the big key's here, so... But yeah, if you talk to a lot of runners when it comes to key modes, if you've got a small key for desert, and, you know, you're just going to go right to left.
Both runners mirroring and rushing back to the left from the entrance, that's probably faster. We never did get, whatchamacallit, we never did get half magic. Probably sitting in GT somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance it's also here in desert, but clearly we're not going to search.
Maybe it'll be the other chest in Pyramid Fairy, who knows? yeah, imagine if these guys had done left side swamp after beating Argus. We'd probably have been done 10. Oh.
Or not even before, or like after Argus. Do it before Argus.
Go mode, you just hoping you just get the item there.
True.
So it would have been pretty unusual to do it before Argus, but...
Good point.
I was thinking at least one, if not both of them, would go back in right after beating him.
Beer did make up some time on that.
Yeah, Plasma missed a few shots.
Yeah, a little cleaner of a kill. And here comes the question. What are our runners doing about the Pyramid Fairy, and are we going to get a Tempered Sword tonight? Beer is going to pick up a shield. Thank you, Beer.
He figures at this point, well, might as well meme the heck out of things. I think that's what he's doing now. And once again, looks like they are both going for Pyramid Fairy, but Kappa's going the route I'd expect, and Beer's just running all the way.
Well, and part of this is we have to get to Hyrule Castle, so... You know, part of this is this is the way to get there.
Yeah, and I see Beer is that made up time staying in the light world.
Honestly, Beer would have been ahead if not for the shield.
Little does he know. Ooh, Kappa trying to damage boost there and is just getting bodied. Putting Beer back in the lead.
Really good knowledge there by Beer for position. About as close as you can get that bomb. I'm going to steal that knowledge because thank you, Homemade Beer. That's a really nice play.
And just a piece of heart in the other chest. Kappa not bothering, but... Yeah, you can see what time Beer just saved by having his mirror portal right there.
Yep. Now, to anybody who is familiar with Inverted or has seen Inverted, there used to be a little bit of an exploit here to kind of save time on the cutscene. This was recently patched out in the last 5 or 6 months. So we got to watch this cutscene. What the? What the? Beer.
I've never seen that. We'll definitely have to ask him about it. And I guess they're both going left here. Beer's grabbing the key just because he doesn't like Bob, I guess.
That was also a vanilla key. It didn't have to be.
True. Didn't even think about that. I'm just so used to seeing a key there.
Yeah, that could have been Thieves Town or Skull at this point. Like, that could have been one of those keys.
Both of which probably are somewhere here in GT.
And actually really neat there, Beer realizing his key situation and able to skip that pot key that Plasma Kappa picked up.
But picking up a heart container, I mean, I suppose you could be looking for half magic. That's always nice to have. Then you can just use the fire rod really liberally during the Ganon fight.
We're seeing a bit of a similar NMG type route here now. And yes, this is practically the route you would see for the normal game.
That looked like an interesting unintentional damage boost for Kappa.
Yeah, unfortunately, you miss that pixel and you're just like, yeah, let's just do... Oh my gosh, all the heart containers are in GT.
Beer's hoping for 20 still. The dream's alive. No, because there's one on Bumper Ledge that we didn't get.
That poor heart piece all by itself.
Last one gets away from Beer a bit, so once again, Kappa makes up time. Oh, what the heck will... Oh, actually, the arrow refill is kind of nice. Though with 15, Kappa shouldn't have problems.
Yeah, 4 here in the first couple of rooms against our mimics, and then 3 for land mode 2, hopefully, and maybe an arrow or 2 used in the gauntlet, so should have plenty to get through.
I'm not worried about Plasma Kappa, though. He only has 14 hearts.
Whew.
And actually, his execution in those rooms just put him into the lead again, so...
Yeah, Plasma Kappa definitely showing the experience. I know Beer, I wouldn't say Beer is a new runner by any stretch. Has been, in Invitational League, in main tourney. He's definitely proven himself to be a top-level player. But Plasma Kappa really showing what that extra bit of time matters here.
Except you're having a better time in Ganon Ball Z. Only Kappa now having a better time in the Gauntlet. It's just back and forth. Also worth noting that Plasma Kappa was actually one of Homemade Beer's early mentors when he had first started playing a couple years ago.
Ooh, and unfortunately, that G4 really evened things back up again. And G5 doing the same. Beer getting just better patterns on some of these enemies to take back the lead.
Only Kappa had a much better setup for Silver's
nice 0 cycle there. Or 1 cycle on land mode 2 for Plasma Kappa. And I think that was a 3 cycle for
Yeah.
Beer.
I personally like the setup where you just kind of bonk into the middle.
Yeah, that bonk really sets your heights perfectly for land mode 2.
Now, Kappa's a full 2 rooms ahead from the difference in that Landmo fight.
Yeah, these rooms have been clean for both runners, but Landmo 2 really making a big difference here. Oh my god. Hello, Thieves Town Small Key, and hello, Skullwood Small Key.
Gotta do the fluffing, right? I mean, his collection rate is gonna be absurd. Probably 170-ish if I had to guess.
Okay, there's a double for Plasma Kappa there. And a triple.
Nice. Very nice setup.
2-3-1 for Plasma Kappa. Double to start for Beer.
Almost a triple, but couldn't quite hit that third one back, right?
I think that's a triple there as well, so we might get a double 2-3-1 here. No, it was a 2-2-1 now.
Yeah, and again, trouble with hitting those balls back. Of course, maybe Kappa misses the 1-and-1.
I don't know if that was a double spin. Yeah, that was not a double spin, so missing the 1-1. But Ganon setting up very nice for a one cycle phase 2 here.
While Beer does get the 1-1, very nice setup here. Not
And
quite
nice
going to catch him up.
No, but good dash routes there as well. So 1-1 for Homemade Beer as Plasma Kappa enters phase 4 with Beer into phase 3. But we're gonna get a really clean double here. Yep, 2-2 for Plasma Kappa to take out Ganon. Just gonna have to cross the bridge.
And Beer memeing it up with spin attacks. Oh, does not get the torch glitch. I don't think this is going to be a triple. Nope. So get your GGs in for both of our runners, though. Plasma Kappa records an official race time of 1:49.46. Good for first on the restream and third overall. Homemade Beer exactly 20 seconds behind him, 1:50.06.
Yeah, first place tonight was Jejo with a 1:33.48. Second place, Ravis with a 1:35.01. As we are now joined by Plasma Kappa. GG.
GG. Well, I like the set of race where everyone skipped the book more.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised when neither of you went back into Swamp.
Well, I figured if I was going to do it, you're going to do it the first time. Yeah, due to where the key is. I'm like, yeah, I just need a book. So, I'll do everything else.
And we are joined by Homemade Beer as well.
Hello. GG's.
GG.
GG's.
We were discussing both of your reluctances to do Left Side Swamp.
I don't know. I almost left Turtle Rock when I found the mirror, but because I found the fire rod, I went deeper into it. It was kind of dumb. I don't know. It was a tough call at the end.
On that front, Beer, not deciding to kill Trinix on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, that was one check. At that point, like that's everything else. The rest of Turtle Rock is like 11 checks or something, including the dumb way I did Spiral Cave, versus the one, and that just killing Trinix takes like a minute and a half or something.
Yeah. I only killed him because I had 4 TR smalls.
Yeah. Oh, so you did it the first? Did you
No,
have fire rod the first time up there?
I did not. I also forgot to mirror out to the ledges because it broke my brain a little. So I had to come up and get the fire rod and do all that stuff again.
Yeah. Fire rod was such a curse on this seed. Just don't find it. Make the seed free.
Yeah.
So yeah, dipping. I guess I didn't triple dip Swamp. I did the dam 3 times. That was fun. I don't know. It was a really hard call at the end. I think the way I got the Moon Pearl was pretty cool. I just skipped the attic and went straight to the basement.
Yeah, and you did the big chest while you were at it, which means you missed your shield in the attic.
Oh man, that sucks because I got that extra shield on Desert, but I didn't get that one in the attic. Apparently, that's sad.
Were you just fluffing?
Yeah. When someone finishes like 20 minutes ago, you just start picking up everything because why not? No, I felt really good about everything up to like when I entered Swamp. Like I was like, I haven't skipped a single thing yet. I'm like, I would be kind of crazy to skip anything in Swamp now. And then I left, and then I didn't do left side.
Yeah. I'd skipped a lot of things, and then the rest of Swamp gave me the 2 pod small keys to get like the everything I left in that dungeon because I went in with only 3 small keys.
Oh yeah. I went in before I got Moon Pearl, so I actually got 5 checks though because I mimic clipped the right side and got the lamp and whatever garbage was in the first 3 chests.
And I was like, wait, is this enough keys to finish pod and do the back? Oh no, it isn't. Whoops.
So you did pod before swamp?
Yes.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
left 8
I did the
checks in
opposite
there.
for the same reason.
Yep.
Well, I guess the opposite reason. But did you rescue the old man?
Eventually.
I'm still convinced that's not necessary ever in inverted, unless he has light world access.
I mean, fair enough. He was like one of my last 5 checks.
Yeah, all I had was old man and left side swamp, and I did left side swamp first. So.
Oh, it's basically half the hundo Antevrosia.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty fun seed overall, though. There's a lot of direction. Once you hit the light world, you do like some early stuff, and then the seed kind of tells you where to go for a while. And then you run out of things to do, and all you're looking for is like, I think, a mirror and a book.
Yeah.
I think that was it, right? There was a mirror on Death Mountain, and then in Turtle Rock, and then the book in
Yeah.
Forever.
I didn't know which of Mire or Fire Rod I needed for a bit.
But no, I kind of enjoyed the seed until I didn't at the end.
Yep. Pretty much the same.
I see we both also didn't get the blue cane.
No? I don't need that thing.
Yeah, the two pre-moldorm chests were Thieves small and Skull small. By the way, that was kind of funny.
Amazing.
Yeah, had fun. GG's again.
GG's.
Yeah, what do you guys think of the mode overall? I mean, Beer, it's your mode after all, and Kappa, I'm guessing you've probably played, like, an async or two or something.
No, it's my first time playing the mode.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. It's basically Tourney inverted with quirk, with the flute activation and like a quirk. I convert it well enough, so the mode is good enough. Quirks that don't really define the mode, really. Mostly because it's inverted and you don't have to deal with vanilla TR big in a non-inverted seed. Unless Mire is mean to you.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, I actually haven't played a lot of this mode, but as far as inverted goes, like inverted either like makes or breaks certain modes. Like, you know, I'm not a big fan of inverted cross keys. I think it breaks cross keys and makes it awful. But when you have
sometimes it literally breaks cross keys and makes a non-logically completable seed.
That's true. But you know, it's fine if people have fun with it. I don't like it, but then, you know, in regular inverted modes, if you get a starting flute, it's much nicer, I think. So, but I think that's really the biggest issue, honestly, with everything pretty much everything I don't like about inverted is the fact that you don't get a starting flute, or that you have to activate the flute in the light world, because the flute gives you like all the mobility that inverted lacks with where the starting points are and stuff, and how little they give you access to.
Okay, this is amazing, Beer. You fluffed 19 higher than Kappa in your collection rate.
Yeah, what was like 6 of that was in GT probably. 7 actually, because I got the torch key.
And you did stuff like picking up the Hour of Destiny on Graveyard Ledge and the Bloopy on Pyramid Ledge.
Actually, well, okay, I always blind check Pyramid Ledge because I figure I'm just going to fluff it no matter what it is. So I stopped checking it beforehand.
Now, I will say the one thing you know, for as much as I think we all agree that the flute is great for this mode to start, how do you feel about it from the standpoint of ever getting to scout that bumper ledge?
Yeah, I don't know. Just pretend it doesn't exist, pretty much.
Pretty much. I mean, it's just another location that you would have done last. Now you know that you're doing that last rather than some other location that you would have done last anyway, but it takes less long.
Yeah, exactly that. Like you just don't check it. There's no point. And the other thing that I've always found in inverted was like I really like to gamble on skipping TR big key chests. That and old man, like those are the two checks I just like kind of just won't do because it's funnier not to do them. And in this case, it was a cast tower key, which was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was all interesting. The mode takes some getting used to, but honestly, it was entertaining.
Yeah, I hope you guys had fun calming and tracking, watching everybody. I'm looking forward to this mode. Will be either next week or the week after in our nice avian art tournament that we're doing. We have 2 more weeks of qualifiers. We're doing the tournament just like a regular tournament, but the qualifiers specifically we're doing 1 week asyncs so that people have a chance to play. And we run a nice restream that showcases the mode that we ran the week before, and then we run marbles at the end of it to let someone pick the next mode. And this mode will be either next week or the week after. We're down to the last 2 weeks. So.
Okay, well, I guess 50-50 then, right?
Well, no, it's up to the person who wins marbles to pick it. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, well,
Because marbles are the best way to pick modes for a tournament.
exactly. So it's just 1 week offset anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that'll wrap, unless, Jesse, you have anything else?
I've got nothing else on my end for tonight.
Okay, well, thanks again to both of our runners for being restreamed in this insanity. Do give them a follow. Thanks, of course, to Mad Ewok Herd for tracking this totally new, unfamiliar mode. Can't do this without our trackers, that's for sure. And Jesse, nice to calm with you again. It had been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. I don't feel like I've gotten to calm on these dailies.
Yeah, I don't think I have in a while either.
Yeah,
But-
thanks for the production. That was I'm actually looking forward to see it back. Watch it back.
Yeah, it's quite a race, especially when you look at what sort of crazy sync the two of you were in going back to Swamp for the book. It was like, and then much of GT, like every little thing one of you did made a difference of who was in the lead.
Don't worry, beer runs one spiritually with all those checks.
Yeah.
And then I think the Lanmo 2 fight was what put Plasma Kappa in the lead for good.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I boffed that fight and then sat there just getting shot by fireballs because I was sad.
But yeah, GG again. Those of you who may not be following the Speed Gaming channels, please do give Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6 a follow. This race is also, as you can see in chat, part of a daily series. Monday through Friday we feature different modes, Sundays always an open 7-7, and you know, anyone's welcome to race in any of these, anyone's welcome to commentate or track any of these. This is really where you can get your feet wet and just try things out, and it's okay to make mistakes. With that said, tomorrow, I don't think we have a channel yet, but at 11 p.m. Eastern, we will be featuring Casual Boots. Figured we'd go to something a bit more mainstream after going on a limb for this one.
I was gonna say, and there is actually a tournament currently being featured on even the SG channels. So You know, it is a current tourney mode going on.
Yeah, and we've just put that information in chat too if you want to check that out. But yeah, it's been a blast with this mode. Hope you all had fun watching it.
Agreed. So thanks all again, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, everyone.